Oh boy, game of the year, God of
One of the best
War.
games ever made. That one.
Game of the year, God of War. Even though it didn't come out this year. Um,
I call it one of the best games ever made. Don't change my
I'm not gonna change
don't
your mind.
no don't change my wording. One of the best games ever
I
made. God
wasn't
of
changing
War.
your wording. I was stating
But you said Game
my
of the Year God of
wording.
War, and like yeah, that means it's one of the best games ever made.
Sure.
Well, not to say every game that the wins game of the year is one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
Not to say that at all.
I mean, I'm sure somebody will call Sekiro one of the best games ever made, but I'm not one of them.
I I haven't beat it.
Neither have I.
It probably is. It probably is, but I obviously wasn't
One of
referring to
my favorite
Sekiro.
games ever is Remake, but I'm not gonna call it one of the best games ever made. I'd say Final Fantasy VII Original is probably one of the best games ever made. Like for what historically what that game means is more significant than what God of War means.
The first game, Final Fantasy Seven.
2018, yeah, original like Final Fantasy VII Original has much
Okay,
more historical meaning than God of War does, but not to
I
disqualify
well,
both of those games. I think both of those games are excellent, like near perfect games.
I mean, it's nothing to bring up because I'd say mostly a lot of PlayStation One games are historically meaningful.
But Final Fantasy VII changed the game.
Huh?
Final Fantasy VII changed the landscape. Like that game literally changed fucking everything.
Right, so the Metal Gear.
Yeah, that and Metal Gear were like the
Yeah.
PlayStation 1 defining games. Like those were the games that changed everything. Like Metal Gear Solid 1 absolutely is a game changer. One is the most historically relevant, greatest games ever made. Like I'm not going to dispute you on that. I'd say like Last of Us probably was a bigger shift than God of War was, but God of War means so much for Santa Monica. God of War's shifted Santa Monica probably forever.
Yeah.
I don't think Santa Monica will ever be the same.
I mean, the first God of War has more historical
Yeah,
impact
the
than the
first God
fourth,
of
I'd
War
say.
has way more. You're absolutely correct. The first God of War does have more historical impact. But I'd probably argue God of War 4 is a better game.
Than the first. Yeah, I think the first it's not the worst. The first, the PSP ones are probably
No.
worse, but none of them are bad.
No, none of the God of War games are bad. Well, maybe Ascension. Maybe Ascension.
I don't know about that.
Ascension was kind of lame.
Hmm.
Like you I'm not gonna say you peaked with God of War 3, but God of War 3 is so big and so grand, and then you just kind of go to Ascension, and it's just not the same. Like it feels lesser than God of War 1, which isn't, I'm sure, by design because it's a prequel.
Well, it is a prequel, right?
Mhm. But yeah, suffice to say, God of War is fucking 2018. God of War is fucking excellent.
Yeah.
I have like the most minimal problems with the game. Like it's the camera.
I really like the idea that this is like a new game for you. You never heard of it, and it's like it came out like 3 years ago, bro. What's up? It's so good. That's
Like
you.
it came out 3 years ago. I'm just now getting around to it,
Yeah,
and it's
much to his regret, I
amazing.
assume.
Much to my regret. But to be fair, at the time that game came out, I had no money. I had no ability to play it.
It was my birthday present.
Yeah, my birthday present that year was Fire Emblem Awakening, which changed my life, and
That was
I don't
okay.
say
That was
that
back
lightly.
then. Hold on,
I don't say
I
that
was back
lightly.
then.
I don't say that lightly. Like I'm
This
sure
game changed my life.
I don't say that lightly when it comes to Fire Emblem Awakening. Well, maybe not change my life, but change my, I don't know, Something about that game just changed me, and I don't know what it is.
What?
That game just kind of affected me differently, and
Oh, there we
I
go.
don't know. It just that game hit me.
It hit. Yeah, it hit.
It hit me different.
It was a back. Was it a backhand or a front hand?
Uh, Definitely a front hand.
Oh,
The
straight to
backhand
the
is
point.
yeah. The backhand is disrespectful. That's what Fire Emblem
Yeah.
Fates did to me.
Oh,
Fire Emblem Fates is a bad game. I will say that with confidence.
I hear it is.
But it's also very confusing because gameplay-wise, only one of them is good. So by technicality, one of them is a less bad game than the other ones. And it's
But the
simple,
story.
but the story is like anime filler. It is peak bad anime writing. Which makes sense because it comes from an anime writer who wrote like 600 pages of script for Fates. I don't know what he's written, but it can't be good. Because I heard that he wrote the game with his daughter.
What?
Happened to be his daughter happened to be a huge Fire Emblem fan, so she was kind of like going through it with him.
She?
I think like a teenager.
What?
Like a teenager.
Huh?
Which explains the writing. But he did the majority writing on it. I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote for like SAO.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
That's just an assumption.
But it would all make sense now.
Yeah, it would.
SAO is bad.
Shin Kabayashi is the writer of Fates.
Shin Kabayashi.
He wrote a fuck ton of anime under many different pen names or many different manga. It looks like he's written a lot of manga. Have you heard of Bloody Monday?
Bloody Monday. I think I have.
Well, either way, Fates is bad, but God of War is amazing. Yeah. I don't really know what to fucking.
Yeah, thankfully it's like there's a lot of things on games that are turning into walking simulators, but like people's fear of God of War 4 were that it was going to be like another Last of Us, like really boring, good story but bad gameplay. And thankfully it has good gameplay.
No, it's a Last of Us game with gameplay.
Yeah. And a lot less cliche, to be honest. Like Last of Us 2 has a good story. Last of Us 1 has a good story, but it's cliche a little bit. Like it could still like you could totally get it from your typical zombie movie.
The world
story.
isn't interesting. It's just kind of zombie movie, but that was the idea. So
zombie movie 101.
But it's the characters. That's
what it's the characters. The characters are great.
In God of War, the characters are great on top of having really good gameplay.
Good stuff.
I don't know, God of War, just for some reason, that game has just been like impressing me throughout the entire time I've been playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not even like a huge God of War fan. I've always respected the franchise, but this game is different. Like, there's just something about this one that's like, no, this is something here. And I think it is the story, and I think it's the fact that it's personal. Because the director Cory Barlog, he took so much from his personal life and how he had changed as a person and wove that into the story, and I think that really makes the game feel way more personal.
It was a 7-year journey to make this game.
Yes.
Uh, so like the first testing of the game was not so good that the Sony guy, whoever it was at the
Oh
time.
no, okay, you're actually wrong about the 7 year period. They started right after Ascension came out, and Corey came back to the studio after Ascension.
When was Ascension?
2013. I'm pretty sure 2013 was when Ascension came out.
Oh, so like 5 years.
Yeah, it was like it was a 5 year journey. Yeah,
All right,
but it came
but
out,
yeah,
didn't do so well, didn't get very good reviews, and so Santa Monica went, okay, what do we do to improve? What do we learn from this?
yeah, his boss was there. The whatever Sony exclusive guy was there. He was very disappointed. He kind of gave him this look like,
Yeah,
"Mm,
they said he was horrified.
yeah."
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I saw some of the early stuff. I'm like, "Ooh, this is not good."
Yeah, some of like
Well, that was
those.
after. That was like after I played the game. Like, oh, like,
Yeah, some of that stuff is like, whoa,
whoa,
y'all really fixed this game up.
y'all really did fix the game up, huh?
Yeah.
Like 2016, when the game was announced, I believe,
One of
in
the
E3.
probably going to be one
Pretty,
of the most remembered E3 demos
yeah, it was pretty
ever.
great actually. Like the fact that they were making a God of War game again, but
Which
different.
was
It's like,
odd
what the
because
fuck
it
is
had.
this?
It's also weird because I didn't know this. That leaked.
That leak?
It leaked before E3 that they were going to show God of War.
Oh,
So
I didn't
people
know
were
that.
going in expecting God of War, but they didn't
Which
expect to get that.
that yeah, which the orchestra that played before the reveal
Yeah,
was great.
they started the Sony conference with the God of War theme, the Bear McCreary's God of War theme, and they kind of
Which
people
which
go,
which
"What are we?"
changed a little bit.
They did. They did change a lot.
Like the weird troll sounding
Oh,
chant was
the
gone.
gut singing.
Yeah, I like it,
Well,
but
not
it's
gut singing, throat singing, throat singing.
that thing sound like fucking
Yeah,
Gollum.
yeah, throat
Um,
singing. Yeah,
it it's not in the final release, which is fine. I liked it, but
yeah,
it's probably better that it isn't.
it's better than
Wouldn't
it
I
isn't.
don't think it would fit. I like it, but it wouldn't fit.
No. It was, ooh, sorry.
It
It
was
was cool
definitely a
for the
cool setup.
yeah, it was cool for the reveal, but I kind of
And
wasn't
now
wasn't
the
a big fan.
leitmotif is now iconic. The leitmotif, the it's all
I don't even know. Yeah.
I don't know if it's better than the original God of War theme, but it's great.
I don't. I like vaguely remember the old God of War theme.
Mm.
I vaguely remember it, but I will remember Bear McCreary's God of War
Oh,
theme.
for sure. Bear McCreary's
I'll
great.
remember it. Glad to know that he's composing Vanguard.
So obviously you and I are excited for God of War Ragnarok.
Yep. I
Which was
I made a promise
which
to you when Ragnarok was announced that I would beat God of War 2018 before it came out,
hey, you're almost there.
and I'm making good on my progress. My promise.
Which it's just a little terrifying for me, but they said that God of War 5 was originally gonna be a DLC for God of War 4, but it was just so big that they had to make it its own game.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder how far ahead are they going if it was just supposed to be a DLC? Like,
I don't know
yeah,
because
or is it like,
it would explain why the game has a lot of reused assets,
mm-hmm.
which is fine. You know, it's an efficient way to make a sequel. You have all that code sitting around. Why not use it?
Well,
If
the
there's
first
no,
three
if there's,
the first three God of Wars kind of changed out their formula here and there.
yeah, the one thing I hope for this game is please fix the camera.
Please, I don't think they will.
Please fix the camera. It definitely looks like you're going to be able to do a lot more with the combat, which is great. But
I do like the fact that you
that
can.
camera needs
Yeah.
It doesn't need to like change perspective. It just needs to, I don't know, maybe be a little bit farther out,
I do hope
or
Kratos
at
doesn't.
least, or at least let us
Yeah.
like change it, like in the settings.
Yeah, I
Like
definitely hope that
yeah.
Kratos doesn't stick so much to the ground because he can jump and really tall stuff and shit. He can jump.
And it definitely looks like there is grappling mechanics in
we should like thankfully
there. Yeah.
because that
You
was
have
like
the
a
blades.
thing
You have
with
the
the
blades.
political.
Yeah, you have the blades chaos now. Like, okay,
Mhm.
let's go ham. Let's do it.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I hope they give us more weapons. Listen, I like the Leviathan axe and Blade of Abyss of Chaos, but I would like to spice it up some more.
Yeah. Or maybe just like give us abilities that let us use both in combat. Like give us give us like hard to pull off combos that use both weapons in combat.
Ah,
Because
good point. Combat.
in God of War in this game, it's kind of hard to kind of string together combos with the two. Because most of the time you're using the Blades of Chaos, you're just using the Blades of Chaos. You're not going back to the Leviathan axe until you need the Leviathan axe, which you gotta use the
I don't agree with that. I switch I switch a lot with those
you
two weapons.
switch, but it's not like okay, this is when you need to use them both right now. Like it'd be cool if there were situations like okay, I can use both the Leviathan axe and the Blades of Chaos right now, not just switch. I'm saying I would like to use both.
Yeah, I use both because I don't think each is better than the other. They do both their job very well.
Yeah. I will say though,
Leviathan axe.
Yeah, go ahead. The Blades of Chaos do have a much wider spread in terms of which is what they do. But I don't know.
They don't go as far as they do in the in the 3 games, the originals.
They don't. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the Leviathan axe, the way it took so long to get animated because they figured out that when if he threw it and then it just comes back straight, it looks and feels awful. That's why it only comes back in a curvature. Because you notice it only comes back in curved angles.
Oh.
Because if it doesn't, apparently it fucks up the geometry and it just doesn't look good.
I do like how far you can throw it and it can come back.
Isn't there an upgrade where you can throw it like 50 meters away?
I don't know.
I saw there was an upgrade or something. Like if you got like the best armor, you can just throw it really, really fast and stupid far. Like if you were in like the gate to Helheim, you could throw it all the way to this world serpent, and then come back. Watch it come back.
That Thor fight is gonna go crazy.
If you fight Thor,
you better.
I mean, I would see no reason why you don't fight Thor. But
I want to see where they accidentally grab each other's weapons. Like what the fuck?
So let's make a prediction right here. Let's make a couple predictions. I predict that either at the end of this game, God of War Ragnarok, or whatever, if they decide to do a next game, Kratos is 100% dead.
I'm not sure he'll die in this game.
Because, and another thing, if he does die, you know the internet's gonna lose their shit, right? Even though it's been made plain as day that he will.
Well, it really depends on how they kill him.
It's kind of been made plain as day. If he's gonna go, we do know how he's gonna go. It's gonna be something involved with Atreus. Yeah, Atreus is gonna kill him or something.
No, it's better. Like it better be like good.
It's made plain as day is what it's gonna be. In terms.
No, we know what it's gonna be. It's just like
better be.
Better be well executed.
Yeah.
That's it. But I don't believe he'll die in this game. They're definitely gonna make like 4 more of these before Kratos dies.
Yeah. Because but the thing is, like the prophecy of Ragnarok seems to be that. So if that's how that's gonna go, that's how that's gonna go.
You know. I think I heard some marketing said that this is their last game of the Norse saga. I guess.
Did they say that or?
I think I heard that somewhere.
Okay, well that would make sense.
So I'm guessing they're gonna go to Egypt next. or whatever
And
god thing.
if Kratos dies in this game, that just means Atreus can team up with Tyr because Tyr has the knowledge of the other gods of the other mythologies, and Tyr's clearly alive. So
No, man, really, I would end the series with Kratos, like if he
you wouldn't
dies.
continue on with Atreus.
No, not really.
Like it's really okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's like Master Chief. If he dies, just end it there. That's kind of
Okay.
it. It's like again, Doomguard, those guys. Just if they die, just end it there. You've done enough.
Okay. I mean,
I
I don't really feel that way. I
because
mean,
yeah, they're like
if there's like more opportunity for storytelling, you know, you might as well, right? Because
could be a possibility.
obviously, like Atreus' story will not end when Kratos dies. He will go on and do whatever. He is Loki after all. But um, I don't know. It all depends on what they do.
Mhm.
Because I do agree with you that I think that Santa Monica, if they would continue the God of War franchise, they if Kratos is dead, they wouldn't continue that franchise. I do agree with you on
Yeah,
that. Not saying they shouldn't continue the franchise. I do think they should, but you know you can continue it in other ways. But I understand that's like yeah, if they would kill off Kratos, it would be in the last game. Like they would do it in the last game.
yeah. If I was in the chair making everything, I would definitely be like, we're gonna go Kratos. So this is gonna be our last game of God of War,
Yeah.
and move on to other bigger things.
Yeah.
But you gotta wonder what's next after God of War for them.
An original IP, a new IP.
What? Yeah. Oh well, you know what? They made Journey, so
Santa
I gotta.
Monica.
I think so. I think that was done.
Let's see, where's that then? That was okay. It does look like it was Santa Monica, but it's also got two other developers.
Yeah, multiple developers.
Yeah, that game company, Tricky Pickles and Tricky Pixels and Santa Monica.
Journey's pretty great,
Yeah, but that wasn't
but
solely a PlayStation game.
it wasn't.
No, it's been on PC for a while.
Oh, but like before, what about like when it came out? It was on PC.
No, no,
Well, there it is. Yeah,
it was on PS3 at first.
yeah, that's what I knew. And then it came out on PS4. I think it might have just come out on PS4 with PC.
No, it came out on PS4 in 2015.
When did it come out on PC?
Let me see. That would be last year.
Wow.
Yep. Under a different publisher. So it looks like Sony lost the rights to that one. It's now at Annapurna.
Well, I'm not saying they should make Journey 2. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, Santa Monica wouldn't make it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
they're not attached to it anymore.
Since they can make a game like Journey, they could definitely make other games.
Yep.
Other than God of War. They're a good developing company. I don't think they made a bad game either. Christina.
Maybe. I don't know. God of War is great. It's a great
game.
Great game. Like it a lot. The PS5 enhancements are great. Playing the game at 4K 60 is like a fucking blessing.
Oh, look at this guy showing off.
It's not at all my TV.
It's in my house, but it's not my TV.
It's not my TV. But yeah.
I just use it.
I just use it. Yeah. God of War is great.
Pretty great.
I look forward to finishing it.
It is for sure in my top 3.
It's probably somewhere in my favorite games list, but probably not that high up.
And it's coming to PC soon.
It is. Get it on PC if you have a PC good enough for it. We don't know the specs yet, but
Good luck, buddy.
it's